UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Borralho just took place, and I'm going to go through and recap every single fight that happened on this card. But we're going to start with the very first fight on the card, Wong versus Victoria Leonardo. Yeah, she just beat the absolute dog fuck out of Victoria Leonardo because Victoria Leonardo is an NPC bot can. Like, she stinks. Wong just one-shot KO'd Victoria Leonardo in 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, she looks pretty good. She beat Valentin Shevchenko in kickboxing like fucking 10 years ago. Who really cares? Like, I don't hold any value to that. It's been 10 years. But yeah, I mean, that's an exciting prospect in women's flyweight, which is desperately needed. So, good win from Wong. Good debut. Excited to see what she has in the future. Hopefully she can bring some life to WMMA because it's pretty shit. Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Josiane Nunes. I picked Wong, by the way. And I picked Cavalcanti here. Cavalcanti, whatever the fuck, dude. Because Josiane Nunes lost to Chelsea Chandler. And I'm not going to pick you to win if you lose to Chelsea Chandler. It was a close fight. I thought Cavalcanti won. But it's whatever. Don't really care. Good win from Cavalcanti. Just, I don't have anything to say. I don't give a fuck. Vyacheslav Borchev versus James Lontop. This is a good fight. This is a really good fight. Very entertaining scrap. I thought Borchev won 29-28. Saw some people had it 29-28 Lontop. 30-27 scorecard for Vyacheslav Borchev. What's going on with judging? Might need to be a whole video. Like, we've had some very atrocious scorecards as of late. Like, it's always been pretty bad, but we have had some really awful ones the past few weeks. Like, it's getting out of hand. But yeah, this is a really fun, entertaining fight. But Vyacheslav Borchev got it done, landed the better shots. James Lontop, still winless in the UFC, so I don't know. I mean, he's got to take a step down again, and he might be one loss away from getting cut. Speaking of cut, Zachary Reese versus Jose Daniel Medina. This guy stinks so bad. Jose Daniel Medina. He's going to the PFL. Like, he's shit. He's awful. Like, I picked Zach Reese to win by KO. He's got a good chin. Like, he took a lot of big shots from Zach Reese, but he's awful. You don't win fights by getting hit and then taunting. You got to throw back. You got to land something. And he struggled to do that very bad. He had no success in this fight. Very little success. And Zachary Reese just beat the dog shit out of him. Like Jose Daniel Medina, this guy's a fucking certified NPC bot. Like I said in the prediction video. He's never going to win that fight. Dennis Bazooka versus Francis Marshall. This was Danny Silva versus Dennis Bazooka, and I had picked Danny Silva. Dennis Bazooka is just shit. Like, I'm sorry, he's awful. Like, he beat Connor Matthews, and you have to wonder just how shit is Connor Matthews. Because Dennis Bazooka, he has a lot of power. I'll say that. He is very powerful. But he's just, man, he is quite chinny. He's very chinny. Doesn't take much to put him away. Francis Marshall dropped him in round 2. Oh my God, and by the way, Francis Marshall knocked him down and nearly finished the fight in round 2. And 2 judges gave round 2 to Dennis Bazooka. So, like, what are we doing with the judging? What are we doing? Like, this is unacceptable, bro. Like, it's some of these scorecards are just like, how do you even get to that? Like, how do you even land on this score? It's like the most bizarre rounds. Like, not even the close rounds. It's like, oh, that's an obvious Francis Marshall round. And then you see the fucking scorecard and they give it to the other guy. Like, how are we doing this? There was one just last week that was atrocious. Oh my God, it was Tai Tui. Dude, I'm not going to talk about the Tai Tuivasa scorecard. I'm going to fucking lose it. You know what I'm talking about. Like, we got to fix the judging. Edmund Shabazian versus Gerald Meerschaert. I picked Edmund Shabazian. But I told you this is a fight Gerald Meerschaert would win, dude. This is the exact kind of fight he would come out here and win. Just like, it's got a Gerald Meerschaert masterclass written all over it. And he got hurt really bad from a body shot from Edmund Shabazian. And that's what he needed, man. He followed him to the ground, and you can't follow Gerald Mearshart to the ground. That's his trap. Doesn't matter if he gets a takedown or you knock him down. Like, you got to stay off Gerald Mearshart, dude. He did get up from the knockdown. Like, that's not how he got the sub. If I'm not mistaken, Shabazian let him back up, and then Mearshart got a takedown and got an arm triangle. But, like, I just had a feeling he was going to win this fight. But I'm never going to pick Gerald Mearshart. I'm sorry. But sometimes you can just sense the Gerald Mearshart masterclass from a mile away, and that's what I did. I could sense it in the air, and he gets it done. Good win from GM3. Who knows what's next for him? Michael Morales versus Neil Magny. Michael Morales, huge favorite. That's how you beat Neil Magny. That's what you do to Neil Magny if you are talented. Michael Morales, he's very young. He's only 25 years old. And, man, he looked good in this fight. Good fight IQ. This is a big test. I tweeted, I said, this is going to prove a lot. If Michael Morales goes out here and fights like a retard, doesn't throw leg kicks against a guy who's never checked a kick in his life, like, we got to question just how far he gets in the division. But he looked good. He was hammering home hard leg kicks. He landed like 3 really hard ones. Neil Magny tried to hold him against the cage like he does, like a little bitch. But Michael Morales, he's too strong. He's too explosive. You're not going to hold him against the cage for 15 minutes. And that's what I said in the prediction video. He's too strong for that. He's spinning back elbows. Neil Magny drops him. And then finishes him off eventually with ground and pound from back mount, I believe. I can't exactly remember. But, yeah, Michael Morales gets it done. Round 1 KO. That's how you get rid of Neil Magny. If you are talented, if you're worth a fuck in the UFC, that's what you do to a guy like Neil Magny, who is a gatekeeper to the top 15. So, great win from Michael Morales. He's still really young. He's still got a lot of time to improve. So, he's looking like a dangerous contender at welterweight. Moving on. Khan Offley versus Myron Santos. I went with Myron Santos. I thought he'd get it done, and he did. Brutal KO. Brutal KO. Just left hook, I believe, right on the button, right on the chin of Offley. Just sparked him out cold. Landed like 2 or 3 back of the head shots while Offley is out cold. A little fucked up, but, you know, it's heat of the moment. Whatever. I'm not saying he should have been DQ'd, but hate to see stuff like that. That's how you get, like, paralyzed and shit, dude. Like, I hate seeing back of the head shots, but good win from Myron Santos, dude. He's also young. I believe he's like 20, 25, something like that. And he's got a lot of time to improve, just like Michael Morales. Very powerful. The technique isn't all there. He looks a little funky on the feet, but, you know, we saw Dricus become champ and beat Strickland, Whitaker, and Adesanya. So who cares if you're not the most technical? You can still get it done. You can still find a way to win. He's got a lot of power. Very good, very young, exciting prospect at featherweight. So I'm excited to watch him. Good win from Myron Santos. Robert Valentin versus Ryan Loder. Yeah, Ryan Loder. He's just, he's too good with his takedowns. He's too good. He's too good of a wrestler. I was really hoping Valentin would get it done, but Ryan Loder, he's just a good wrestler. He finishes Valentin with elbows from top position in round 2. And yeah, he'll probably be a good contender at middleweight because middleweight's fucking awful. So yeah, good win from Loder. I was really hoping Valentin would get it done, but, you know, it's whatever. Tabitha Richie versus Angela Hill. I mean, it's a pretty good fight, I guess. Like, no, it wasn't. It was shit. Tabitha Richie and Angela Hill. Tabitha Richie gets it done, I guess. I was like half paying attention. I was kind of watching Tabitha Richie's ass. I'm just going to keep it a buck. But she got it done. Good win from Tabitha Richie. She moves into like the top 10 or whatever the fuck. That's, yeah, I don't care. Moving up. Main event. Jared Cannonier versus Caio Borralho. I picked Caio Borralho, and he looked really good in this fight, man. He got it done 49-45. I had it 49-45. 2 of the judges had it 49-45, and 1 had it 48-45 or 46. I can't fucking remember. But, yeah, he looked really good, man, and he didn't even shoot a single takedown. They say 0 for 1. I don't even really consider that a takedown. He put, like, no effort behind it. It was more like a feint in a way. But man, Caio Borralho just stood with Jared Cannonier for 5 rounds and won every round other than round 2. He rocked Jared Cannonier bad in round 3 with like 30 seconds left. I feel like if he didn't chase him, cut off the cage, he could have gotten a finish there. But in round 5, towards the end of round 5, Caio Borralho lands a very clean shot. I can't remember what it was, but I don't know how. I think Jared Cannonier went out cold, and then he just woke up when he hit the ground. I had a feeling Borralho would slump Cannonier out cold bad, and I thought I was right. Oh my God, he just put Cannonier out cold. But somehow Cannonier woke up. Borralho landed so many ground and pound shots, so many elbows. Somehow did not put Cannonier away. And then had an arm triangle, I believe, sunk in, super tight. Cannonier did not go out somehow. Dude, Cannonier's so tough, man. He's so tough. So hard to put away. And it really makes you wonder, what if they didn't stop the Imavov fight? Because after seeing that, dude, at first I was like, I get the stoppage. I don't love it, but I wasn't as upset as other people were. But after seeing that, it's like, dude, you have to wonder, because you can't imagine Imavov puts him away after what Borralho just did. If that doesn't put him away, I'm not sure Imavov is going to put him away. Like, the situation Cannonier was in with Imavov was similar to what Borralho had him in the 3rd round, where he was running away and just running away from Borralho. Like, I don't know, man. It really makes you wonder. I still think Imavov probably would have won, because he would have won that round, and I think he would have been up, 2-1 or something? I can't fucking remember. It's completely pointless. But, yeah, dude, Borralho looks so good. His striking is very good. His jab is very good. He's got a very good jab. I mean, he was having success with it all night. He had a lot of success with his low kicks early on. He kind of went away from them as the fight went on, which I didn't understand. Like in the first round, he landed a bunch of good low kicks, but he didn't really throw them as much after that. But the jab was there all night, and he had a lot of success with his 1-2, and he was getting the better of the counter shots. Like, he was landing better counter shots than Cannonier. They were both kind of trying to counter each other, but Borralho had more success with the countering. And he got it done, man. He got it done. I really thought he was going to get the finish in round 5, but Cannonier's tough. He's a really hard guy to put away. He's always been a hard guy to put away. Imavov got lucky, but, man, Borralho belongs. And like I said in my UFC 305 matchmaking video, I think you give the winner of this to Adesanya. And I was really hoping it'd be Borralho, and it was Borralho. So I think you do Adesanya versus Borralho. Adesanya, he doesn't deserve a fight up the rankings. He doesn't deserve another title shot. Give him the up-and-coming contender. Make him prove himself. Prove he still got it. Give him Borralho. And that's a really tough fight for him, I'll be honest. That's an insanely tough fight, because Borralho's a guy that's not going to go away. He's very similar to Dricus. He's not going to get put away that easily. I don't know. I'd probably pick Borralho. I'd probably pick Borralho. That's a tough fight for Adesanya, but I think that's a fight that is must-see TV. I don't want to see the winner of Chimaev-Whitaker, because if it's Whitaker, we've already seen it. And, I mean, if it's Chimaev, sure. Like, I'm fine with Adesanya Chimaev, and I'm fine with Adesanya and Borralho, but I would really like Adesanya Borralho, because he's definitely earned it more than Chimaev has. Chimaev would have one win against an actual middleweight, and Borralho just dominated Jared Cannonier, who's been at the top of the division for a very long time. And he's also got way more wins at middleweight. But either way, I'd like to see either one of those fights. Great win from Borralho. And this card was it was okay for what it was. The main event definitely made up for it. It was actually a pretty good card. So yeah, that was UFC Fight Night, Cannonier versus Borralho. Let me know what you guys thought about the main event. And what do you think is next for Caio Borralho. And I will see you next time.